Bro, I heard OF might be getting a 50% tax proposal to where, like, basically people in Florida have to pay 50% of their revenue, I think, to Florida. If I'm not mistaken, and that's how it works. Let's watch this video about it.
This guy who is running for governor, I met him a couple years ago at a debate. He was, I believe, working with Vivek. Young guy. I want to say he's
Vivek? Bro, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
31 years old. This guy right here. He proposed a crazy idea, okay, for state of Florida governor that he's running for. And I'll let you listen to it, and then I want you to see who got pissed off at him. A girl named Sophie Rain. Brandon, am I saying it?
I wish I had the Bomba Clat sound effect. Because that's what Cloud would have played here, but...
Correctly? Their name?
Yes,
Sophie Rain responds to him. I'm asking Brandon
Fucking
because
Sophie Rain,
if you
bro.
wanna
Why Brandon crazy?
Rob, go ahead and play this clip.
You can tell me later.
Here's a guy who's running for governor. Look what he wants to do with OnlyFans. Go ahead, Rob.
And so if I'm governor of Florida, if I'm elected on August 18th, 2026, as the Republican candidate to succeed Ron DeSantis, we're passing a 50% tax on all OnlyFans income. And guess what? For Sophie Rain, who is a proud resident of Florida, that means she's going to have to pay $42 million. $42 million, Charles, to the state of Florida, which I'm going to use for two purposes. We're going to increase public school teacher pay, and we're
Bro, like... She's a millionaire. She just moved to California. Or Texas. Actually, not Texas. They have a corn ban over there.
going to improve school lunches, something that Michelle Obama promised and
They're
never
not allowed to eat corn.
got around to.
I fucking hate when I press the button and it acts like I pressed it twice so it doesn't play. And then I have to press it again and then it's awkward because it's mistimed.
And so if I'm governor...
So guess what? This gets out there, and guess who responds to it, Rob? I send you the tweet. So she responds, go to the next one. She responds on the top right. Go a little bit closer to the top right. Sounds like you subscribed and got buyer's remorse after dropping your annual salary on an OnlyFans girl.
Damn.
He responds, Sophie, pay your taxes or quit OnlyFans. Those are your choices. I'm running for governor of Florida to stop smart and capable women like you from being exploited by that disgusting platform.
Wow.
What do you think about this, Mark? How do you process
Well,
this?
as a father of two daughters, it makes me sad to think that these girls, that's the only value they can provide to the world. That's what I think. Like,
They do not think that they're providing value to the world, bro. They know what they're doing. They're doing it to make money. And anyone who thinks that they're doing it for a different reason is insane. Bro, you think that they... I mean, maybe some of them, but you think most of those people who do this are actually like, oh, I look good. Let me make sure everybody else knows that my pussy looks good. Like, no. They're doing it because they want money. It's the easiest way to make money in the entire planet.
they have so much more capability. Why is that all you can provide to the world?
They don't even have to do anything with anyone else. They can hire someone to text the people like it was them for them. They can hire some man from a different country and pay him $2 an hour to do that shit.
But that's how I feel as a father. If I zoom out, OnlyFans is a platform.
Little do these gooners know that they're talking to a man in the Middle East. They're not talking to Sophie Rain.
For content creators. Now, I'm big in the action sports world. We were just at Anaheim 1, the big Supercross kickoff, and OnlyFans is sponsoring Supercross riders where they're having sponsors come on and help them offset their costs of their motocross racing, and they have subscribers that way. So there are other people than just girls that get naked or whatever they're doing on there, right? So I don't like that girls do this. I think it's sad. I think it's also systemic for the end of a fiat currency where people can't afford to live anymore and they turn to, unfortunately, whatever they call that, the oldest job in the world. But I don't like that. This is a Bernie Sanders type. This is a socialist type. I'm going to take 50% of your incomes. I don't like what you're doing, and that's wrong.
Got it. By the way, apparently the Sophie Rain girl
So they would be taking literally just 50% of their income for the state of Florida. Bro,
Daddy, chill.
that's insane.
Made $95 million plus gross earnings through late 2025. That's why he says 50% you would pay 40-some million bucks. She's shown, allegedly, that her annual profits, annual earnings is around $40 to $50 million per year based on one of her own.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Screenshots. Okay, one of her own screenshots. Tom, your thoughts on this story, this idea of 50% tax on OnlyFans?
So I believe the government should step into markets when lead-based paint is discovered to cause birth defects and cancer in young kids. So we can't have lead-based paint in households. When tobacco is discovered for what it is, carcinogenic. However, if free markets are operating with services that are legal and are operating legally, I am deeply against the federal government interfering with those markets.
Or even state government.
Huh?
Or state governments as well.
Or a state government. I'm against that. Now, if we don't like what a business is, and we discover what we discover about lead-based paint, we discover what we discover about dioxin, we discover what we discover about Roundup weed killer, and we scientifically come back and we say, hey, this is no good. This is no good. We can't be doing this. Then now, for the greater good, we're doing it. But if this is a legal...
What is bro yapping about? What is he yapping about right now? I don't even know where this is going. What is he talking about?
Oh, brother.
industry, then the problem that we have basically is the morality of the populace. And we need a better moral compass. And if you're upset
That's where he was going? Talking about Roundup weed killer? What are we doing?
the moral compass, then let's work on that. But if it is legal and you're going out there and you're attacking a market, I'm against it. Because remember, one man's demon is another man's saint. So one governor says, I want to take 50% of Sophie Rand's only tax earnings. The next governor says, you know what's even...
Call it only tax. No, bro. If they passed this law in Florida and they called it only tax, what the fuck?
worse than OnlyFans? Social media, creating cutting and depression in young girls. I want 50% of Mark Zuckerberg's earnings.
Right.
You can't do it. If you want to go out and you want to... That's
I also want 50% of Mark Zuckerberg's earnings, bro. Show me the money!
the wrong way to do it, and I'm against it, and I'll defend it. But if we come together and say, this industry has a problem, it's here, hold congressional hearings, and then put regulation, right? Then do that. And don't let paint factories dump, byproduct of slurries into the river. That's good government coming out saying we can't do this. This is populist positions, and the only difference between him on this position and the ballot industry in California is 2 different states. You're going after something, in the name of something else, and you're interfering with the market that's operating on businesses that are legal, even if you don't like those businesses, said the father of 2 girls.
I might say this is worse because at least in California, they're bankrupt and they need the money, and let's get it from the billionaires.
Oh, Your Highness, I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Here, he says it right in that last line. I refuse to let smart and capable young women like Sophie Rain be exploited. So this is a moral framing. This is not like we're bankrupt, we need the money, let's get it from the billionaires. This is like, I'm going...
No, I gotta stop making jokes, bro. If this person sees this video, they're gonna copyright the shit out of me.
to use lawfare, or I'm going to use taxes to try to change the moral compass of the people. I mean, it's a terrible take.
It's a terrible take. By the way, this is James Fishback. Brandon, where are you at?
Bro, I just noticed. Look at his suit pin. He's wearing a Bitcoin suit pin. What is this?
I mean, it's a terrible take.
It's a terrible take. By the way, this is James Fishback. Brandon, where are you at with this?
Yeah, I think it'd be
Bro's last name is Fishback. What the?
You
first
look
of all,
like you're 50-50.
No, no, no. I respect the hustle, I guess, in one sense. Like it is reflective of where society is. Like for both men and women. Like it's sad that you see situations like this with like the outliers where somebody like her can make $90 million, then probably a couple thousand girls try it, don't make any money, but ruin the reputation. So that is sad. But also this guy, I'm calling him BS. I think he's just trying to act like Trump and be outrageous and say like a big, audacious claim and get some attention.
Yeah, like no income taxes. Also, by the way, imagine Florida passes this law, and then Trump passes no income taxes nationwide. So, Trump literally trumps Florida's law at that point. So then there's no point. Because we have a totally different video ready right here. Trump announces plan to eliminate income taxes? ? Like, what happens then?
In that way, but
I think it's pretty
no,
obvious.
it's ridiculous. You can't just like weaponize the government against things or ways people are making money that you don't like. And by the way, it would be
And I'm not even a
waste.
Trump glazer, bro. I just want to know what the hell was meant by that statement of, oh, maybe we might get rid of income taxes eventually. Like, what do you mean? If so, that's a good thing. I'd like to make more money than I do right now. That'd be great.
Waste of money, probably even more of a waste of money than spending money on OnlyFans to give it to public school teachers because, no offense to public school teachers, I'm sure there are some great ones, but they're a part of society. That's a big problem too with like the unions and everything. So yeah, that's a bad idea.
Well, listen, according to what Adam tells us, if this were to pass, Miami would change.
Yeah.
The nightlife of Miami would change. You would see a lot of school teachers at nightclubs instead of it'd be a very, very different climate, and he would definitely not support this. He'd be very disappointed with this.
I do not want to see anybody's school teacher at a fucking nightclub, bro.
Shot. You make
Not
a
that
good
I'm going to
point about the
Miami
moral
anytime
compass.
fucking soon. but-
Remember, if we as a country just valued life above all else, Roe v. Wade wouldn't matter because we would ignore that because we would say no, we value life.
What?
That law doesn't matter. The moral compass trumps laws because people will behave by their moral compass.
And Trump trumps Trump. That made no sense.
You cannot regulate morality.
Mhm.
Exactly.
No, you cannot. You cannot. I will tell you, though. I like...
You can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood. Alright, that didn't really make sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
that a person like him is running, proposing wild ideas, and allowing the market to agree or disagree. You as a candidate have to be willing to put some crazy things out there and then see how the market reacts to it. Like last night I was saying this to the folks we were with at Casa D'Angelo, is look at how Trump works. Here's how Trump works. Yeah, we're going to cap credit cards at 10%. Let the market hash it out, debate. No, we're not going to do it. We'll move on. Yeah, we're thinking about coming out with a 50-year loan, mortgage loan. That's what we're going to be doing. Yeah. And then Bill Paul.
The fact that anyone even talked about doing that, I don't know. I'm not caught up with government policies and shit. Hopefully they didn't actually do that, and hopefully if they did do that, no one actually did a 50-year fucking loan, bro. You're gonna be in debt for your entire life? What is wrong with you?
He comes out this week. Yeah, we're not doing it. Why? Market,
What's next? 70-year mortgages? Like, you're gonna get a mortgage when you're 5?
You have to almost like pressure test the idea with the market and see. And it's such a great way because, James is going to watch it. James and I were talking last night on X, and this is a smart guy. But you got to be willing to test out ideas like this and have smart, fair, reasonable people rip it apart or support it based on their reasoning. And then you say, all right, good. Let's move on to the next side.
Like, the only person I can think of that would have been able to do a 50-year loan was my parents' neighbor. She lived to be like 90-something. She would have been fine. It would have sucked to be like in your 70s and still paying off your mortgage, but
find candidate being risky and coming up with some crazy ideas every once in a while. For those of you that run small businesses, this is one thing that most people are not aware of. We run a consulting firm, ourselves called Bet David Consulting, where we do engagements with around 10,000 businesses from 60 plus countries around the world. And this is 75.
I'll let you get the sponsor off. I'm not even mad. I've been kind of making fun of this video the whole time.
5%
So I'll
of our
let you do
business.
it.
It's one of the best kept secrets we have in our company that no one knows about. If you come to our office and you see how we grew 9 employees just a couple of years ago to now 165 full-time employees, and if you go downstairs on where Bet David Consulting is at, the energy there is electrifying. If you're a small business owner yourself, anywhere between 10 million plus $500 million revenue, if you're on that range and you want to find a way to get strategies, because each phase of a company goes through 5 phases, and each phase you have 5 challenges you face. If you want to know what those things are, go to betdavid.com, all the way to the bottom, fill out the information. We'll give you that 18-minute breakdown of what those 5x5 are, and then if there's a way we can help you take your business to the next level, whether you're raising capital, whether you have a compensation plan that needs to be readjusted. We just had the most incredible meeting last week with our firm on Tuesday and on Thursday, whether it's comp, whether
I don't know about you, but I'm in the empire business. Dun 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 type shit. All right, chat, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about 50% fucking Florida takes 50% of OnlyFans models' revenue if they live in the state of Florida. Now that shit would be insane. But also, like I said, if Trump ends up doing no income taxes nationwide, then that's crazy. Like this video right here is about to claim. So we're gonna watch that one next. Hype the video. I'll see y'all later.